Oh, nice. Awesome. You want to go grab coffee? What's going on, guys? This is Coffee Run. It's super cold. The wind chill is like 1 degree right now. It's supposed to be -20 to -40 tomorrow, but we're flying out so we don't have to deal with it. But you guys have questions. Hopefully we can get some answers. Question number 1, how do I surround myself with the right people? So I have a whole philosophy around this, and this is something I'm still trying to perfect. So one, I think, going to conferences and events where you find people that are all focused around a particular topic. If they're going to something like that, then they're wanting to better themselves. So I've met a lot of great people at these kinds of events. My focus has been on, in a sense, surrounding myself with the best of the best by not people that live maybe in the same area, but surrounding myself with the greats. So, the people I really look up to, like Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, these people that have had incredible success, have really impacted the world. I quote, surround myself with these people by watching tons of YouTube interviews, by reading about them, by reading books. And for me, I've always tried to hold myself to the same standard as I would expect some of these greats would. And I don't know, maybe it allows me to reach a little bit higher than, if you live in a small town, then the probability of like some of the best entrepreneurs in the world coming out of that small town is super low. So don't judge yourself based on those people directly around you. Judge yourself based on the best of the best, and do as much as you can to surround yourself with their knowledge, their wisdom, and their advice. All right, question number 2, how often do you, quote, go with your gut on big decisions? This is actually a really good question. Every decision is kind of a 50-50 from the standpoint of you have that gut inclination, but I think it's very important to think about things over a period of time. So for me especially, any bigger decision, I want to take at least a night before I say or do anything. So honestly, even like mid-level and sometimes smaller decisions, I'll ask for a day to process, because more often than you probably realize, you have the freedom to say, awesome, well, I understand, and I'd like the night to think about it. All right, question number 3, what does hustle mean to you? Hustle is, there's 2 different types of hustle. Hustle 1 is you just like working super hard, like really grinding through, and just giving a lot of time and effort. Hustle number 2 is kind of like really working someone over to try to get a good deal, where you're just like relentless on squeezing them to try to get every penny saved, or like try to get as much as you can for the amount of money. So I'm not a good hustler in the second frame. Some of my friends are super good at squeezing you. I've definitely gotten better, and part of it is just don't be emotionally attached to the offer. All right, question number 4, what can set me apart from the rest when looking for a job? That's a good question. I honestly think the biggest thing, so when I look at resumes, I generally don't look at, the only reason I would look at college, like I don't look at where you go necessarily. The only reason I'd look at college is just to see like what your focus was, to try to understand what you wanted to do. The biggest thing around differentiating yourself is what you're doing outside of work. So like if you're a developer and you go to coding conferences, or you have a really cool GitHub with some cool projects, or you're a writer and you have a blog, like showing that you're really actually passionate about whatever you're doing, that's like the biggest differentiator. Along those lines is just having success on a side project is a huge differentiator. And then thirdly, for any experience, being able to talk about the successes or the wins. Like, I don't care if you did this or that. What I really care about are the results from the things that you've done, because at the end of the day, we're a results-focused company. We don't care about checking boxes. We care about getting stuff done. All right, question number 5. Talk about some of your favorite movies and how this is your guilty pleasure. That's fun. Okay, so my favorite movies tend to be around kind of like sci-fi. Like, I really like imagination and creativity. And so a lot of my favorite movies, like recently, Ready Player One, for example, love like The Matrix, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Those are definitely some of my favorites. And then why are movies my guilty pleasure? I just like living in this fantasy world, again, with creativity, and it just reminds me of like good times growing up, because we didn't usually, like at my mom's we didn't have cable, we just watch movies all the time, and it's a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, that's been Coffee Run. It was super cold, so we got to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing there. But hopefully these answers are helpful to help you understand how I think about maybe building yourself up to becoming that successful entrepreneur or whatever that may be. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see the day-to-day, come check me out on my personal Instagram. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And come check me out on personal.